buddies, and this guy walks in with a C&I dog, but he was pretending to be blind, like he's not blind. And I could tell. I'm really good at like telling when people are fake blind. And he walks in. First of all, he makes a big announcement to everybody, like, "Hey, I'm blind. I'm blind, everybody." And he started just walking around, just knocking everything off everybody's table. Like, "Oh, I wish I could see what's going on, but I can't because I'm blind." And he had a C&I dog, but he was leading the dog around the whole time. Like, the dog never got in front of him. And I was like, it doesn't work like that. You know, I don't think the dog builds confidence. And he's like, "Why don't you do some of these on your own? I just want to see, like, you know, what I'm dealing with." So I'm watching all this happen. I'm getting pretty upset about it, you know, because I just moved to the north from the south, so I still cared about people at this point. And now I've been beaten down by New York. Now if someone like died in front of me, like, really, right in front of me? All right. Yeah. You just tell you, like, don't look at him. That's what he wants, all right? That's what he wants. So I'm like, all right, I gotta say something. So they said they kicked him outside. I get out there. In my Mayberry head, I think this is New York's biggest problem. So I walked over, and I was like, "Hey, what's wrong with you, man? Like, why would you pretend to be blind? You know, how would you feel if you really were blind?" And he was like, "How would you feel if you were blind?" I was like, "What does that have to do with anything?" And then he sprayed me with mace. And let me tell you, blind or not, he was crazy accurate. It wasn't like, "Oh, did I get him?" It was both eyeballs directly. The bridge of my nose wasn't even wet. That's how good he was. And when you get sprayed with mace, you can see for a second. And I look up and I saw him, and he runs across the street, and he got hit by a cab. I promise. He ran right in front of a cab. And it's slanted. He was all right. It hit him, he fell onto the sidewalk. But I remember like thinking, like, I saw that cab, like, he definitely should have seen it, you know, and it's like, all right, there's a good chance he is blind. You know? Maybe it's his first day or something. I don't know, like. When it happened, you know, I was like telling people, when I told people, they would always want to be like, "Oh, was it mace or pepper spray?" I got asked that. Everybody asked me that. Was it mace or pepper spray? Which is like, I don't know what it was. Like, what kind of life are you living if you could tell the difference of mace and pepper spray? If I knew, I was like, that time was pepper spray, that time. Yeah. This happens a lot. It happens a lot. You just don't say, I don't say anything. You know, like, you know, anything about stuff that goes on. You just let stuff happen. I was flying recently, and I'm like, now when you fly, you know, you can leave your phone in airplane mode. So I'm like sitting there about to take off. I'm playing a game. This lady leans over a guy and was like, "Hey, you got to cut your phone off." And I was like, "What?" And she goes, "You got to cut your phone off. You can't have it on." I was like, "You don't have to do that anymore." And she was like, "You have to do it." I go, "You don't have to do it. That's not the rules, you know?" And she's like, "Look, I'm not a rule maker." I was like, "Well, you're acting like a rule maker because those are not the rules." And she goes, "Cut it off, all right?" And guess what? I cut it off. I cut it off, and now I think about her every day. Every day I think about her. I just want to find her again. I really do. If she ever sees this, you were not right, all right? I was completely right. This is, I think, the only way. You were wrong about it all. I bet she would just be watching going, I don't know. She's not going to know, like, because she's clearly let it go. So she's won this. She's like, what is this guy? I don't know why she would be answering all right. I'm like, she's not going to know, but she's going, I don't know what he's talking about. Well, that doesn't make sense. Then now she knows. She might know. We're going to do a thing at the end of this. We're going to reunite. The DVD extras will be me and her getting back together. Just, it is. You just want to be left alone. Like, I don't want to say, like, you ever watch that show on ABC, like, What Would You Do? You know? Like, that, the only reason I would maybe do something nice in a weird situation is because I would be afraid to be on that show. Like, because they're going to, they always show something crazy happen, like someone sneaks into a purse and takes a lady's, and they're like, see who says something. And that's the only reason I might be like, well, I don't want to be on TV, so yeah, you can't do that. But some people, like they do it, some people stop it. Some people don't stop it, but they still interview them. Like, you don't have to say yes. You can tell them no. You can say, no, you can't show that. And people just want to be on TV. That, like, it's like, do you mind if we talk about you being the worst person ever? Like, yeah, I would love to talk about it, Should we blur your face? It's not an all-day thing. It's an hour. I'll be right back with our tiger. And everybody wants to get rid of guns. Like, guns are the problem. But what makes me nervous is, like, you take away guns from people, those are the exact same people that will buy tigers. That's going to be a much bigger problem, all right? You're probably going to be like, look, here's your gun back. And they're like, no, I'm good. My tiger is way better than my gun. My gun missed all the time. My tiger rarely misses. Even if he does miss, it's just for a second. It's never long. Like, if a guy dodges a tiger and he's like, your dumb tiger missed, it's like, well, he did not. He's right behind you now. And he is furious. So... that saying, like, guns don't kill people, people kill people? The new saying will just be like, these tigers are killing people. I don't know. It won't be a good saying. He'll just be asking, like, do you know where your tiger's at by any chance? Do you have any idea? You don't know? All right. That's a big problem. It's... I love doing comedy, though. It's great. The show's almost over, just so you guys know. I like to let everybody know where we're at. We're about done. I think it makes you feel better when you're like, all right, thanks. Like, how many movies you go to, and then you're just like, geez, this is taking forever. And if a guy, like, popped in the screen and was like, it's about to wrap. I know, 2 more seconds. And you're like, thanks, man, that was, I love doing comedy. There was a time I was going to quit. I was going to quit early on. I tried, then there was no one to quit to. No one. Here's why I do it, or I think why. My dad is an entertainer as well. He's a magician. Still is a magician. Started as a clown. Just, I don't want to come off like I come from some rich magic family. And I'm better than you guys. He paid his dues, his clown dues. It's weird when your dad's a clown. It's weird every day. I never trusted clowns, Like, have you ever been yelled at by a clown? I have. Do you know how confusing that is to get screamed at by a guy who's got a smile painted on his face? You're like, is this not the same clown those kids are going to see outside? He was a clown till I was about 12 and 13. And that's about as long as you want your dad to be a clown. When you're 6 and 7, there's perks. Absolutely. By the time you get 12 and 13, kids at school are like, is he still doing that? You're like, off and on. All right, guys. Yeah, he is almost full-time magic. So... it's funny, too, when I tell people that my dad was a clown. There are people just like, oh, I hate clowns. It's like, hey, remember that time I just said my dad was a clown? I just said that. You're just like, I hate your father. It is fun. Hanging out with comedians is like some of the best, the funnest time. I don't know, because comedians are crazy. They can be. Like a good buddy of mine is a comedian. His name's Louis J. Gomez. And big fans, a couple of Louis J. Gomez fans. Me and Louis once, we go to McDonald's to go eat, right? Like, I'm a big fan, so. And everybody acts like, when I go there, like, I haven't been here in forever. It's like, don't act like I'm the one keeping them afloat, all right? Someone's coming here. So, we go in. We ordered our food, and then we take our food, and we sit down at our table. And then Louis went to the bathroom. He left me alone with his food. So I was, you know what? I'm going to play a prank on him. So I grabbed his hamburger, I unwrapped it, I took a bite out of it, then I wrapped it back up, I put it back down on his tray. So that's my big prank, right? Like when he comes back from the bathroom, I'm like, dude, did they eat your burger before they gave it to you? That's crazy that they're doing that, right? Is that crazy? It's a stupid prank. It's harmless. It should never leave the table. All that should happen is Louis should come back, he should open his burger, his first reaction should be to look at his best friend who's sitting with him, who also, by the way, dabbles in comedy. And just be like, hey, I just wanted to run this by you before I unexpectedly go freak out on this entire McDonald's. That's what I thought would go down. Just a quick, hey, did you touch my food the only time it was out of my sight? I just want to know before I try to fight a group of people that are going to be pretty confused on why they're fighting. But instead, I got to learn I'm friends with a lunatic and a guy comfortable fighting McDonald's employees because he opened his burger and could not have ignored me quicker. He looked at them so fast, almost like he expected them to do it. Like it's happened before. And he's like, again? Again with this? He just starts yelling at everybody. I'm gonna fight everybody till I find out who ate my burger. He gets up, he starts walking towards them. I can't believe this is even working. We are so much farther than I'm prepared to get. So I grabbed him, I was like, dude, I ate your burger, I ate it. Why would you not look at me once to see if I did this? I walk him back to the table and we sit down, but it's already like weird, like everybody's looking at us. It takes 10 minutes for people to quit filming us with their phones. And it hits me. I start like thinking about it. I go, Louis, you're out of your mind. You're gonna get killed one day, dude. I was like, you were about to go fight a guy. I was like, let's pretend I'm not here, all right? Let's pretend that someone did eat your burger that worked at this McDonald's. You were gonna go blindly fight that guy. Not even try to size him up, see what he looks like. Do you really think you could beat up a guy that is apparently pretty confident in himself? That he's making burgers, he's then eating them, and then he's wrapping them up and just sending them out to whoever.